Hello there folks, it's TIJ. Welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new series. Today we're starting, or restarting rather, the Ashes Cricket Career Mode. Now, about 6 months ago, 12 months ago, well 12 months ago I started the career mode, probably about 6 months now since I've done it properly. But we did a Joe Root career mode on the channel up to about, I think we did for about a year in terms of in-game. And I've started that several times, didn't manage to do much with it, and as a result, what we've done here is we've come back to the game, but we've started as our own player. And I have to say, at the right of the screen, that player looks absolutely nothing like me, so that's just absolutely ridiculous. But we have started a career by ourselves. We're going to start the career mode on the channel. Now that you guys really enjoyed Ashes cricket in the past, and I hope that translates to now. And if you're new to the channel and haven't watched any of my stuff before, on the channel we've got snooker content, cricket content, retro content, as well as football manager. So if you're interested in any of that, including this of course, make sure to subscribe and head around for the stay about rather, for the duration of this video. But we've just started a box standard career mode. I haven't really done anything, to be honest. We haven't really changed the appearance of anything of our batsmen, to be honest. In terms of our skills, we are a batsman. I did hint at that just there. We are a middle order batsman. It's kind of reflecting what I'd be in real life. I mean, I'm not the best cricketer. I'm not a bad bowler, but I can't really bowl. But I do tend to bowl a slower ball if I was going to. And then in terms of a batsman, I'm probably a middle order batsman. So that's all fine. We've got a lot of skill points to spend, but that's as a result of my Joe Root career mode in the past. So I don't really think it's fair to spend all those career points on batting technique, etc., when in reality that's not really realistic yet. So we probably will spend those points as and when, but probably not yet, because that sounds a little bit unrealistic. But we've picked I can't actually remember which county it was now. We picked one of the local counties to me. Wolverhampton, of course, is the team that we're playing with in this career mode for now in the Midlands Shield. We haven't been picked for county, of course, yet. I wonder if we can have a look. My player, if we look on selection status, it doesn't actually say. We're obviously one of the counties, but I don't know which county we went for. I still can't remember. We'll find it out at some point. But I think that we should just get into it. We're starting as Wolverhampton. We're playing in the Midlands Shield round 1 against, that is Stourbridge, who haven't played a game yet. So we don't know how good or bad they are. I don't know how good or bad any of the players are, to be honest, in this team. They're all going to be made up, obviously. Yeah, the default ones seem a bit better. The default uniform just distinguishes between the teams a little bit. Obviously, these are unlicensed teams. The only licensed teams in the game are Australia and England. But it's kind of cool that it does go down to this level in terms of the lower county teams and, you know, the regional teams. And if you guys are looking forward to seeing this career mode, definitely leave a like. And I haven't played this game for a long time. Admittedly, this is the first time I'm going to hit a ball on Ashes cricket since, let's think about it, since probably about 3 and 4 months ago. So don't expect anything brilliant. If we get out first ball, I wouldn't be surprised. And I don't know how good our batsmen will be. Obviously, I've had a lot of experience playing with Joe Root, which, to be fair, from recent cricket, isn't really the best. You know, it's not, oh, look at Joe Root. But real cricket aside, we're going to be a lot worse than Joe Root, and I think there's a lot to work on, but we'll have to see how good we are. We'll have to see how good the rest of the team is, what the run rates are, how quickly the team falls. But we are just one player. We can only control the one player, and we just do our bit for the team. Whether we pick to bowl at some point, I'm not really sure. But it's a 3-day match at the Wolverhampton ground. Very innovative, and I have to say, that looks just like Wolverhampton. Not. But it's a 3-day match. Again, don't recognise any of these players. We've been picked right in the middle order at number 6, so that's fine for me. It's overcast, the pitch is crumbly, it's very, very windy, 50km/h winds, which is absolutely crazy. It's a little bit like it is actually tonight near to Wolverhampton, where I live. I'm not going to say where I live, near to Wolverhampton. But Stourbridge have won the toss, they called tails and won the toss, and they're going to have a bat first. Now, it's a 3-day match, I presume. That means that it's the same as a first class match, in which it's the same as a test match, where it's just that it's 3 days, and each team has 2 innings. But they've chosen to bat. We won't see any of this until we maybe choose to have a bowl. One of the big reasons I've brought this back is because obviously you've got real cricket on at the moment, and I'm really enjoying watching the cricket at the moment. And I have to say, England aren't doing the best, so we're not going to talk about England at the moment, but we are going to talk about Stourbridge, because this chap who's opening for Stourbridge, Miller, and I have to say, leading now, the wicket-keeper, has done really well. I mean, Miller out finally. It seems O'Neill's our big bowler, but out finally of 130, and leaning, keeping their innings going, but he's out for 69. Siddle, again with a decent runs, and how many is that after 93 overs? That is a very respectable total from Stourbridge. what's that, 303 after 93 overs, so not the best run rate, granted, but from the likes of Miller and leading a brilliant innings. So after 93 overs, that's, well, it depends how quickly they bowled them, but that should be just less than a day, I think. If we go on the match summary, it's day 1 at 4:32, so it's just after tea probably, and now we have to kind of stop and wait and see when we will come in, whether that's before the end of the day or not. But Bates has lost his wicket, he's out for 10. Wessels is out for 47. I mean, this is decent from our team, but we are finally, and we're going to make our batting debut for Wolverhampton, and this is going to be very, very interesting. Just have a quick look at the scorecard. It's 116 for 4 after 31 overs, so not the best run rate whatsoever. About 3 and over. Yeah, maybe close to 4, to be fair. About 3.7, 3.8. But McCallum and O'Neill, and I have to say, Bates were quite uninspiring in their innings with 10, 13 and 13 respectively. Wang and Vessels doing well. And we're just going to have to see if we can continue to plod along, get a decent score, and have a good first match for the county. But that is a nasty bounce to start on, I have to say. And it's a wide, so that's good for us. Not really a confidence instiller, granted, but yeah, it's, I don't know, we'll have to find out. That's a decent ball. Ooh, nowhere near though with the shot choice.
On the drive, but can't connect. Really misjudged that.
I mean, you could completely guess that Australian cricket commentators would be commentating on a Wolverhampton Stourbridge game, can't you? I mean, that's a good shot, you know, a solid line, solid shot, goes straight to the fielder, but getting ball on bat is something that's, or bat on ball rather, is something that even the best players don't seem to do. Keaton Jennings particularly in the England squad. I've got a bit of a vendetta against Jennings, but yeah. I mean, for every over he seems to only hit 1 out of the 6 balls. I mean, we've hit at least 2 of them. The one was a wide, so, you know, that's not too bad. That's, ooh, a bit nasty. I don't think that's out. I don't think it's quite there. Not out, and there's no appeal from... Well, there is an appeal, but they're not going to make an appeal. But after 4 balls, non-scored yet. Be great if we could get something before the end of this over. That's a decent shot, but we're not going to go for it. It's too risky. And after 5 balls, we haven't scored any. And that, in fact, apart from the wide, of course, is a wicket maiden for Phillips. Cassidy bowls, though, for Stourbridge. How that goes, I'm not sure. And Wang has batted the over quite solidly and has managed to get his total up to 40. So Deswell's in, he's running an economy of 4 and over so far, and that should be, and that's a nice shot actually. A bit of a slow ground I've noticed, a bit slow, and well, it's just a bit of a slow ground, bit of a slow field. But that's a solid shot to the side of the bowler, and that is our first runs in this match. We're off the mark, 2 runs off the 6, which is solid. Okay, and comes Deswell again. There's no point smashing it about because we just want to make sure we keep our wicket for the moment. Good shot again. We're finding our feet a little bit here, and that might well be a boundary. I think the boundaries are probably a little bit shorter than the international ground, certainly, but that was a good shot. Not the best bowling ability, pretty much put us in a good position to get bat on ball perfectly, but we can't be complacent. We can't be complacent at all. That's a good shot, but we're not going to go for the run there. Again, the fielder's picked that up. Bit of a slow one from us. Not the fastest bowling from Deswell as a fast bowler, and that obviously impacts how quickly the ball goes when he hits the bat. But that's kind of a bouncer, and is that off the bat? Oh dear, we're out. Well, that's unfortunate. It's that kind of thing that does happen on Ashes cricket, but I'm not going to appeal it. We don't get the chance anyway, but it's just one of those things. When you get a bouncer, you either choose to defend it and pray that it doesn't end up on the glove or the bat. What's happened there? It's ended up on either the glove or the bat. I can't tell which one. It's ended up on one of them after 9 balls we're out for 6. And that's not the best debut we could have made in the counties and in the Wolverhampton lineup. But that is just how it's going to be. We can't do much about it. So we're going to skip to the rest of the innings now, see what goes on. And that's great because Wang's gone straight after us. And wow, now Aiden's gone for a duck. And we are going to be well behind at the end of this innings. I mean, we've only got 170 odd, so they've got 130 lead at the end of the innings. Was it 130, 131 is their lead. Quite a poor innings, to be fair, all round. And it looks like we're going to have to try and steady the ship in the last innings. But they're back in to bat. It's day 2 at 12 o'clock, so they're going to have to get a bit of a wriggle on, really. Get a solid lead for them. And just hope that, for their sake, that we don't bat out the rest of our match. But to be honest, this is a brilliant score from them. McDonnell and Miller getting some solid scores, and Shepherd's got his century, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this team declare soon. To be fair, they're on the last wicket though, and they are all out for about 350. It's the last day though, I think. Is it last day? Yeah, it is the last day. It's only a 3-day match. And on the last day, we have to get... How many do we need to get? 473 on the last day to win. I mean, for a start, we're not going to get that. A draw would be good enough, though, here. But it's not been the best from our team, I have to say. Bates out again for quite an uninspiring 7. Vessel's getting 30. It seems that Vessels and Wang are the good players in the team, but Wang's just gone. And again, we're back in. It seems that from that scorecard quickly, oh dear, there's 2 new batsmen at the crease, which is never particularly good. And O'Neill, I think, is the bowler as well. So we've got the Freddie Flintoff of the team in with us at the moment. So we don't want to risk another quick wicket. I mean, we are 30 overs in, so if we started at 11, what would that be? Maybe about 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon? Yeah, 1:30, so bang in the middle, really, of that. And we just want to make sure we survive the day. Not us in particular, but maybe pick up some runs, get some experience. And if we get a half century, that would be fantastic. That's a good shot. Again, straight to the fielder. No point slogging and going for 6s, although it is quite an aggressive field. I mean, if we had a good shot over where we're pointing now, we could certainly go for the 6. But there's just no point. I mean, if it fails, that doesn't particularly work well for us. I don't know what we did there. Particularly weird shot, but I am aggressive in the way I play, and that sometimes leads to us being out. But it's been an interesting start. You know, we haven't got the best squad, it's clear here. It's lacking in some areas. That's a nice shot, but we're not going to run again just to make sure we don't get out. I mean, we're 97 for 4. We certainly don't want to risk being at under 100 for 5, because the wickets, as was proven when we got out in the first innings, they can fall particularly quickly. But Neil's off the mark. Now it's our job to get off the mark. I think he must just batted the hole over there. Got 2 off it, and hopefully we can get off the mark now as well. And we have. Oh, no, we haven't, in fact. It was a really good shot, but the fielder was there to get it. It was a really nice, quick shot out to the right-hand side. On the leg side, and yeah, you know, it was a good shot. But the fielder was there. And once again, not the best shot there, but we hit the ball. You know, we're not doing badly. But fundamentally, we do need to get off the mark. It seems that this kind of cricket does lend itself to quite low run rates, which is quite refreshing, actually, in the Ashes cricket game, because I have found in the past that the run rates can be ridiculous. Like, it can be 6, 7 and 0 for a test match, which just is never going to happen. But speaking of runs, that's a very good boundary there. Nice. Goes straight past that fielder. He can't catch up to it. It's just the speed of the ball. With the Cricket Australia boundary in Wolverhampton, but that's quite funny. But we've got a boundary, we're off the mark. Now we can't do what we did last time and go off for a subpar score, because at the end of the day, we might not get picked in the next match, and that'll be a disaster. I mean, we're not going to win this, but for me, if we can survive 10, 20 overs, that would be brilliant. Just to help the team survive the rest of the day and get points out of this. I don't quite know how the scoring system works in this Midlands Cup, but if we can get a draw out of it, I'm sure it's much better than losing this game to Stourbridge. In comes Siddle for his last ball of the over. Very respectable economical rate, you know. I couldn't say economical there, but 18, I think that is, after 8 overs. I mean, that's a fantastic record for him. And in comes the wrist spinner. I am glad that O'Neill's in now. I really don't like wrist spin. It's one thing or the other. I mean, you can really take advantage. You can give it a good whack. But there is the danger if you do that wrist spinners can certainly hurt you. Luckily, though, we were only facing 1 ball this over. That was a weird one. We're going to get a run out of it. But that was a particularly weird shot. I'm gonna replay that. Because that is particularly weird. I mean, look at this. Come over here and we'll hide the hood. How do we zoom in? To be fair, I'm not going to lie, it's probably going to be for the thumbnail, but oh well. Lock it on there. I mean, what's this shot? What is this shot? Look at this. Look at this. I mean, we just did like the one-handed hit. We took the one arm off the bat. What was it? Click. And there's no one there. There's no one there. How did we get a run out of that? How did we get a run out of that? I really don't know. And yeah, that's thumbnail material that is there. So we've done our job. Well, that of course means after getting that single run, that only after 1 ball we're back on strike for the next over. And we're certainly not scoring the fastest, but I mean, ourselves and O'Neill have made sure it's not a complete collapse. We've got about a 12 partnership, which again, not brilliant. It's not brilliant, but you know, there's 58 overs left. If we can survive 18 of them, then it certainly helps us out. But it's not looking good for us. I don't think that the batsmen below us and us combined, so what I'm saying is I don't think the batsmen will last the distance fundamentally. That is dangerous. That's really dangerous. But we are going to get the 2 runs there with O'Neill running really quickly at the end there. But the batsmen won't get the runs, and I don't think that they're capable of surviving this long in the crease. Just a case of when rather than if I think we're getting out. But we're going to settle for the single there. Very similar shot to what we played last time. We got away with it a little bit last time in terms of the 2 runs. That's 3 runs off the 3 balls. It certainly helps to chug along, and I think that O'Neill's just got another single. So we're both on the same run totals with 8 off 14 balls. Can we get it to double figures? That's a lovely shot. We're finally getting in our stride in the crease. That's going to be at least 2. Will it make it to the boundary? It will. The fielder on the boundary can't quite get to it. Fielding quite deep, and we're now in our first double figure score in the Midlands Cup. Again, let's not play anywhere near that shot. We don't want to get bat on ball for an edge. Because, you know, this is a decent score at the end of the day. O'Neill's back in the crease. He's got 1 off the 2 here. And now we've got a chance to see what we can do against one of our own, effectively. We're a wrist spinner. Not a good one, granted. But it's one of our own. Oh, dear. I built myself up too much there. I really did. And Ducati, the wrist spinner, I say they're so dangerous. They can be so dangerous. The clue's in the name, they're a spinner. And we don't look very happy with that, do we? Oh dear. Just went for it too aggressively there. And I think that's the lesson we've got to learn, particularly with this sort of cricket, that we're not good enough to play these shots. Just the edge. A very, well, a brilliant catch by the wicketkeeper leaning. And all of a sudden our job gets a lot harder. 118 for 5. We've got something like 56 overs to play, and I don't think we're going to last till the end of the day. But if you look at the partnerships, I mean, you know, fair enough. The only decent partnership was McCalman and Wang, and the rest of it's been quite lacklustre, to be honest. But nonetheless, you know, if we start with a loss, we start with a loss. Let's have a look now. Will McCarthy be bowled out for a duck, hopefully? Decent shot there. Oh my god, I thought that was going to get to the distance of the fielder for it to be out. But we should be okay. O'Neill seems like a decent batsman. McCarthy's gone for 17. Aiden's gone for a duck. Now Downing's gone. But to be fair, that looks like Banks has gone as well, has he? Banks hasn't gone, and to be fair to him, O'Neill's played a very good, respective innings. And to be fair, there's only 28, 29 overs left. I wouldn't have dreamed that they'd have lasted this long, particularly O'Neill. And he's playing a good innings, it seems. Is he just going to get the 1 there? I think it is. And Banks is on strike. Let's have a look at what the Banks is like in this team. It seems like there's those 2 or 3 bats, possibly 7, 8, 9 after us, that aren't particularly good, and you know it's a bit of an awkward position for us to be in because you're going to lose wickets pretty much straight away. Bit dangerous from Banks there, and that's his 50th ball faced, 13 scored, which means his strike rate is 26. Right, let's stop after every over, shall we? Banks is out. Banks has been caught, and now Cromwell comes in for us. His first ball. We're no way we're going to make it to the target. We need 300 off 20 or odd overs. I mean, we can do it with the stats, but it's just the case that possibly it might be best for O'Neill to face most of these balls. But Stourbridge are on to a winner. They only need the 1 wicket, and that is exactly what they've got. It only took them 2 more runs for us. O'Neill was the batsman who got out, and Stourbridge win this one by quite a lacklustre 297 runs for us. And that is not the best way to start our career mode. But that is the way it is. We've got an uphill battle. We certainly didn't show ourselves that well, but if we can show ourselves to be the best player on this team, perform in some of the Wolverhampton games, become a leading batsman for this team, then it's the only way we're going to be picked for county. But thank you very much for watching, folks, this first video of the Ashes Cricket Player Career Mode. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe down below and comment your thoughts. We'll be back on Friday with the next episode. This is out on Monday, and Mondays and Fridays will be when the episodes come out. If you want to see the schedule, the full schedule of the channel, make sure to go back to yesterday's video with the big channel update explaining a few changes on the channel, and obviously this being a new series on the channel. As I say, if you enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe down below, and until Friday, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. In fact, I won't see you tomorrow. Well, I might see you tomorrow. You know, I might see you in 2 minutes on another video. You never know. Anyway, I'll speak to you guys later. Goodbye.